All right, another day, another fresh new smartphone. Today, it is the Honor 10. Let me tell you, this one, it has a unique appearance I think you're gonna be interested in. I don't just have one, I got 4 of them. That's because I'm gonna show you every single color variation they're gonna have for this particular model. But the first one I wanna show you is the color combo that I'm most excited about. This one is called Phantom Green. 128 gigabytes of storage, 4 gigabytes of RAM. Of course, there's gonna be different variations available. Remember this color, Phantom Green. Show them that, Willie dude. Look at this. Holy smoke. So it almost looks blue in this overhead camera. If I tip it there, you catch a little purple for a second. And then over there, it's greenish. See, the teal starts to pick up. It's crazy. This thing is almost 4 colors at once. You get like a tealish, bluish, purplish, depending on the angle. Now let's do a quick peek around the device. You can see the dual camera setup here, a 24 megapixel and 16 megapixel shooter on the back. Bottom of the device, thank goodness, we still have a headphone jack. I keep talking about headphone jacks. I think they should still be there. You have USB Type-C to keep it charged up. The speaker unit is in that location right there. Power switch here, volume rocker above that, SIM tray over here, and you will see it is a dual SIM situation there as expected. What else is in the box? They've included a case. This is always nice to have this included. Now, of course, you could buy something after the fact, but having something in the box is useful. Quick charge power brick, as well as USB Type-C cable. So I'm already fairly certain that this color combo is gonna be my favorite, but since we have the others, we might as well do a quick comparison. Next up is Midnight Black. So as you can see, it's still got the reflective back on it. This one is called Glacier Gray. There it is. Now this one, holy smokes, that reflection, it almost makes it look whitish in certain spots and bluish elsewhere. Okay, last but not least, we have Phantom Blue. Now this one is a lot like the first one, but the shift is more of a 2-color situation from a dark rich blue to a purple. It's like 2 colors that it's gonna shift between, as opposed to with the green one, I feel like it's really 4. Anyhow, there you have the 3 options: Phantom Blue, Glacier Gray, Midnight Black, and of course, my favorite, Phantom Green. Okay, let's get back to this guy. Let's take a look at the display here. This is a 5.84-inch display, FHD+, and there's something interesting you're gonna notice right away down here. Hopefully you can pick that up. That is the fingerprint scanner, which is inside of the bezel, but it's not a dedicated button with a raised edge like you would normally have. It's actually under the glass, so the glass is completely flush there. Now this is fairly unusual, this type of implementation, and it's another thing that makes this device a little different than some of the others that are on the market. So I'm gonna register a fingerprint real quick. Ready, Will? Not bad. It's actually quite strange because you're not used to it. Obviously, some people out there in the audience are addicted to the idea of a fingerprint sensor on the front. Now, the motivation there, like the reason I think some people are into it is you could just have the phone on the table and unlock it without picking it up. I know some people, I guess, like to read like that or like to use their device like that. So in that sense, I guess it's a little bit more versatile. Phone's locked, boom. And then from completely locked, boom. That's an interesting implementation, and it's the first one I've seen quite like it. It's not under the display itself, but it is under the glass. Inside, it's got the Kirin 970 processor. That's an octa-core processor that's powering it. All right, now I know you guys are gonna be interested in the camera, so let's go ahead and boot that up. So here's a little explanation about the built-in AI photography. You can see here, it brings out the color in the photos intelligently, making adjustments and so on. And this thing, it actually works surprisingly well on devices that I've tested it previously. Somehow it knows the difference between a plant or food or a dog. We're gonna test out the orange. See if you can see this here. See up there in the corner, the AI mode is selected, and you can see down here that it knows that this orange is food. And what you'll see is that the camera, it can kind of bring up the vibrancy, the saturation in knowing what the object is. This again is just a convenience thing. Like, of course you could go into some pro mode and make the adjustments yourself, but most people don't do that. They just kind of rapidly want to fire off some photos, and if the camera can do some of the work in the background, then you can save time and still get decent results. Food logo showed up again right away. Look at the texture on there. Couple of megapixels there or what, Will? All right, last one. Let's see if it can get the plant right away. It actually probably got the plant the fastest. All right, let's flip over to video mode here and see what's available. We can go up to UHD 4K. That's good to know. All right, let's use this camera here to pick up the color shift of this particular model. This one is the Phantom Blue that you're checking out. Look at that. Whoa. Now I know as well, you guys are always waiting for the selfie mode. You want to see this whole beard in maximum detail. In 3, 2, 1. Oh my, that's your boy right there. If you can count the beard hairs, that's always a good sign. All right, some other specs here. It has a 3400 milliamp hour battery, which for a phone of this size is actually quite large. Okay, so there's a really interesting mode in this device called party mode. And this will allow you to link multiple phones in order to amplify one particular song so that they're all contributing using the phone speaker to get 4 times the power. Well, I have 4 phones here, but you could link up even more than that. So I'm gonna attempt to do this right now. They are all ready to go, at least I hope. So I'm gonna go ahead over here and start a party. Boom. Got it. Oh, it's already playing on 2. Now I'm gonna connect manually on this one. It can look at my Wi-Fi. Oh man. It's happening right now. Each one occupies a different location. So you can see front, left, front, right, center, and left. So you can actually, it's actually like a surround sound scenario. Okay, hang on, let me turn these up. You carved all me in my arms. Run away so fast. Run away, you can't even take back. If I try to switch tracks, let's see what happens. So I switch tracks. Instantly. So let's see if I skip forward in the song. Instantly. Kind of like Sonos, it's like pairing your speakers together, but with your smartphone. So if you didn't have access to like a larger Bluetooth speaker, but you had a few friends around, you'd be like, let's amp it up a little bit. It is 4 times louder, obviously, at max volume for each one. Well, I definitely haven't seen a feature like that before. It's interesting. Of course, you could have a Bluetooth speaker or some other type of setup in your house, but this is more spontaneous, like in the spur of the moment, bunch of people with phones, and all of a sudden you have louder music. Now, you can also dive into your own music. Like, it doesn't have to be these tracks specifically. You can see I just have those 3 on these devices out of the box. All right, so there it is, the Honor 10. You're probably wondering about pricing. It's not completely official at the time that I am shooting this video. This is an early unboxing video, which is the reason I can't give you a full evaluation of the device as well, but I do know this is gonna be somewhere around 500 bucks, in that range, maybe 450 euros in that region. So that price point there puts it somewhere in the mid-range. I think it's a competitive price point, definitely worth paying attention to, so stick around for more coverage when I can dive into it a little deeper, when it's officially launched, when it's shipping, when retail units are out there. There you have it, Phantom Green, the Honor 10. Possibly the most ambitious color ever on a smartphone. I don't know, you tell me. It's like 4 colors in one. You are gonna turn some heads, certainly, with that thing. Oh, and you guys probably noticed there were some extra devices featured in this video, 4 total. Now, obviously, I can't use them all, so I think we should probably do a giveaway. Maybe you think that's a good idea. If you do, leave a thumbs up down below, and we'll probably do it over on my Twitter. I'll have a link to that in the description, and maybe you guys can get some of these fresh looks with this, these color shifts. You can turn some heads for yourself.